everyone. Welcome to Feel Good Friday, where we'll spend the next 60 minutes in a gentle yoga flow. So we'll go ahead and get started. So please join me on your mat. We're going to come into child's pose starting out. So we're going to keep our legs together, and we're going to exhale, bringing our hands onto the mat and resting our chest down onto our thighs. And then I want you to, placing your elbows next to your head, bring the palms of your hands together in a reverse prayer position in child's pose. Go ahead and get focused on our breath, our inhales and our exhales. Coming into this moment, settling into our practice today. Take a few moments to release the outside world, focusing on yourself fully and completely. In blissful peace and silence. Bring restfulness into your mind and body with each new breath. Let your muscles soften and relax. Ground your entire body into your mat below you. Feel safe. Feel supported. Feel at ease. With each exhale, feel yourself falling deeper into tranquility and relaxation. Surrender every thought to the present moment. Most of us are spending our time trying to avoid uncertainty and the unknown. Familiarity brings the illusion of control. Therefore, we feel safe. Because we don't trust life, we have a hard time going with the flow and embracing the things that for the moment make no sense to us. But life is always moving, always taking away and bringing more. No matter how much we hold on to the warm, comfortable space we have created around us, there comes a time when everything shifts. We might experience something uplifting, such as the birth of a child, or it may be something painful, such as the passing of a loved one. Avoiding suffering is not possible. It is a part of life. But by gracefully becoming aware and open each time we feel it, we can allow this feeling to come and then just simply go effortlessly. Now we'll take a few more moments here to immerse yourself fully in the stillness, the quietness, and the majesty of this present moment. You are blessed. Now, take notice of how you feel in your mind and body. And when you're ready, please plant your hands on the mat and raise up into with your thighs resting on your heels. We're coming into hero pose here. So go ahead and bring the heels of your feet out to the outer edge of your thighs, and you can set your tailbone down in between the space of your heels. And we're going to inhale to find length in our spine here. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. Slowing down our breathing so that we can fully be present in this moment and relax from our work week. Now, after you've taken your 3 breath cycles, go ahead and bring your hands behind you and interlace your hands. And then gently press your chest out and raise your chin up to the sky. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, engaging your core, you're going to hinge at the hips and bow forward, keeping your hands interlaced behind you and placing your forehead down on the mat. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can release your hands from behind you and come up onto your knees. And we're going to place our head onto our mat, coming up onto our knees. And we're going to extend our hands out to try and reach our heels. If you can reach them, that's great. I cannot. We're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and flip your feet back down so that the tops of your feet are resting on the mat. We're coming back into Hero's Pose. We're going to repeat that sequence one more time. So coming back into Hero's Pose, we're resting our hips onto our heels, extending our heel, rotating our feet out so that our heels are on the outer edges of our thighs. And we're going to place our hips in the space between our heels. And we're going to inhale and gaze is forward. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and reach your arms behind you and interlace your hands. Taking 3 breath cycles. Chin is up towards the sky, gaze is at the ceiling. Once you've completed your breath cycles, hinging at the hips, we're going to bow forward, placing our forehead onto the mat. Keeping our hips down onto our heels. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you can release your hands from behind you. Place them on the mat in front of you so that you can come up onto your knees to get your knees in line with your hips. And then we're going to place our head onto the mat and extend our hands out behind us, coming into rabbit pose. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and bring your hands out in front of you and place your palms onto the mat. Flip your feet out so that the tops of your feet are on the mat, and we're coming into tabletop pose. So make sure your knees are in alignment with your hips and your hands are underneath your shoulders. We'll take 3 breath cycles here before we add on. Once you've completed your breath cycles, on an inhale, please raise your right hand, fingertips in front of you. Gaze is forward. Take 3 breath cycles here. From here, you're going to extend your hand up into the sky. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And then on an exhale, we're going to swing our hand down, coming in to thread the needle. So thread that hand in between the space between your arm that's planted on the mat and your chest. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles there. And once you've completed your breath cycles, come on back up to tabletop. Get reset up back in tabletop by taking a couple of breath cycles here. And when you're ready, please go ahead and inhale and extend your left fingertips forward in front of you. Gaze is forward. Taking 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can raise your left fingertips into the sky. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, swing that left hand forward and place it in between the space between your right hand and your right shoulder. Coming in to thread the needle. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, come on back up to tabletop as we repeat that sequence one more time. So in tabletop, making sure your wrists are in alignment with your shoulders and your knees are in alignment with your hips. Go ahead and take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can inhale and raise your right fingertips forward. Gaze is forward as well. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can raise your right fingertips into the sky. Taking 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, swing that right fingertips in between that space between your left arm and your chest, coming in to thread the needle. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on back up to tabletop as we prepare to do that on the left side for the last time. So go ahead and take a couple of breath cycles here, getting set back up into tabletop. And when you're ready, please go ahead and extend your left fingertips forward, taking 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and raise those left fingertips into the sky, taking 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can swing that left palm in between that space between your right shoulder and your right hand, coming in to thread the needle. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on up into tabletop. So from tabletop, go ahead and tuck your toes and extend the hips back, coming into our one and only downward dog for this practice. You can pedal the feet out here if that feels good to you. You can stay still if that feels good. Take a few breath cycles here. We'll take 3. And once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and walk your way up to the mat very slowly. And once you get to the top of your mat, go ahead and come on up into mountain pose. From mountain pose, we're going to slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. So inhale to find length in your spine here, keeping a soft bend in your knees. When you're ready, go ahead and begin exhaling and begin rolling your neck and your back down slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. until your hands get to the bottom of the mat. Take 3 breath cycles here. Allowing your hips to feel heavy. Bend your knees as much as possible here. Let all the weight go. Go ahead and grasp your elbows coming into ragdoll pose. You can straighten the legs here if that feels good to you, or you can keep a bend in the knees. Go ahead and release in your shoulders and your neck. Relax everything there. Feel grounded in your feet, but weightless in your arms, in your head. And now, when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and roll back up very slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. And once you get back up into mountain pose, inhale and find length in your spine. And we're going to repeat that cycle, that sequence over again. So you can go ahead and extend your legs, your right leg back. Plant your hands down on the mat in front of you and extend your left leg back, coming back into downward facing dog. You can pedal it out here if that feels good. We'll take 3 breaths here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and walk slowly up to the top of the mat as we begin to get set up for that standing roll down pose. So go ahead and slowly rise up into mountain pose, 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhaling to find length in your spine once you get into mountain pose. And when you're ready, we're going to exhale and slowly roll our neck and our back down, 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping a bend in our knees. Until our hands can reach our mat. And you can bend your knees as much as you need here. That's okay. Take 3 breath cycles here. Relax your shoulders down. Once you've completed your breath cycles, go ahead and grab onto the opposite elbow this time. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and plant your hands onto the mat and go ahead and sit down onto the mat. We're going to be coming into a reclined butterfly pose. So go ahead and plant your feet onto the mat so that you can recline back all the way onto your back. Placing the soles of your feet together, we're coming into butterfly pose. And now I want you to take your hands and place them. I want you to grab your elbows and place them over your head so that your arms are in front of your head. And take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please release your elbows and just extend your fingertips ahead so that your arms are extended over your head. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please bring your hands to rest on the outer edges of your thighs so that you can bring your legs together gently. And then I want you to go ahead and place your arms and your hands next to you on your mat. I want you to inhale, raise up your left leg, and then raise up your right leg. You can keep a bend in the knees. You can arch the feet if that feels good. Keep the shoulders relaxed down onto the mat, and we're going to take 3 breath cycles here. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, bringing your arms to wrap around them, coming into legs into chest pose. You can rock back and forth here if that feels good, or you can stay still if stillness is what you need today. We'll take 3 breath cycles here before we repeat that sequence, that set. All right, once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and release your feet down onto the mat, opening your legs out. Soles of your feet can touch. We're going to start slowing down here. So this time, go ahead and extend your arms out above your head. Grasp the opposite elbow this time. So we're going to slow things down. We're going to hold here for 2 minutes. Release any tension you may be feeling in the body. Relax the shoulders. Feel supported by your mat in the position. Feel grounded and safe. Now, from here, go ahead and release your elbows and extend your hands and fingertips above you. And we'll hold for 2 minutes. All right, when you're ready, please bring your hands down to the outer edges of your thighs and slowly bring your thighs together. From here, let's go ahead and windshield wiper those feet. And now when you're ready, planting our hands beside us on the mat, go ahead and extend your left foot into the sky and then raise your right foot up next to it. And we're going to hold here for a minute. Releasing everything that we can. Any muscles that don't need to be held right now, you can release. Relaxing our jaws, relaxing our shoulders. We'll have a few more seconds here. Now, when you're ready, please go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your calves. And you can rock back and forth here if that feels good. Might feel really good on your lower back. Kind of counter that legs up the wall pose that we just did, minus the wall. And now, when you're ready, you can go ahead and drop your legs down onto the mat. Placing your feet on the mat so that your knees are pointed up towards the sky. Bring your heels as close in to your hips as you can. We're coming into bridge pose here. So really grounding down our hands and our palms and our feet. We're going to inhale and raise our hips up. We're going to hold for a minute. Really pressing those shoulders into the mat, pressing our palms into the mat, pressing our soles of our feet into the mat, and engaging our inner thighs and our abdomen to help us. Now, when you're ready, you can go ahead and release from that bridge pose. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper those feet right here. When you're ready, we're going to get set up for reverse pigeon pose. So making sure our hands and our palms, our hands are planted on the mat. We're going to inhale and bring our right ankle to rest on our left knee. Take an exhale here. And then we're going to inhale, bringing our left thigh in and grasping it with our hands. Push into that left foot, almost as if you're pressing into a wall. Same with your right foot. And you want to try to push your right knee out. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can slowly release your hands and the sole of your left foot down onto the mat. Releasing your right foot back down onto the mat. We're going to come into reverse pigeon on the other side. So go ahead and bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. And inhale, bringing your right thigh in and grasping it with your hands. Pressing into both of your feet, almost as if you're pressing into a wall. And trying to push your left knee forward. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can release your foot back down onto the mat and bring your left foot down onto the mat. We're going to repeat that set again. So, starting with bridge pose, making sure bringing our heels in as close to our hips as we can, making sure our feet are grounded into the mat. Our arms, shoulders, and hands are grounded into the mat. On an inhale, raise those hips up. And we'll hold for a minute. Now go ahead and release from that bridge pose as we prepare to do reverse pigeon. So making sure our hands are still firmly planted onto the mat, we're going to bring our right ankle to rest on our left knee. We're going to inhale, bringing our left knee in towards our chest and grabbing it with our hands, interlacing our fingertips behind our thigh. Pressing into our feet, we'll remain here for a minute. Now releasing our left foot down onto the mat, releasing our right foot down onto the mat, bringing our hands back beside us. Bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. And inhale, bringing your right thigh in towards your chest and grasp your thigh with your hands and interlace your fingertips behind it. Pressing into our feet like you're pressing into a wall. And we'll hold for a minute. Now from here, you can go ahead and release that foot back down onto the mat. Extending your left leg out in front of you, we're going to bring our right foot, sole of our foot, up towards the ceiling, coming into half happy baby on the right hand side. Grasp the bottom of your foot with your right hand, and we'll hold for a minute. When you're ready, you can go ahead and release your foot and drop it back down onto the mat. Extending your right leg forward. We'll go ahead and bring our left sole of our foot up towards the sky, grasping it with our left hand, coming into half happy baby on the left side. And we'll hold for a minute. Now, when you're ready, please go ahead and extend your right foot into the sky, coming into full happy baby, grasping it with your right hand. You can rock back and forth if that's what you need right now, or you can stay still if that's what you would prefer. Whatever feels good to you right now. And we will hold here for 2 minutes. Remembering to focus on our breath, allowing it to be our anchor. If we become impatient, relax any muscle that doesn't need to be tense right now. Your jaw, your shoulders, your lower back. Release and relax it all. You got about 1 more minute in this pose. Before we go into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Now, when you're ready, slowly allow your feet to fall back down to the mat. Windshield wiper those feet here. That's going to feel really good right now. Now go ahead and get yourself set up for Shavasana by fully extending your legs out in front of you, placing your hands next to your body, palms up or down, whatever feels comfortable to you right now. Closing our eyes and coming into our breath. As you breathe in, feel your heart and mind with the essence of joy, love, and peace. As you breathe out, release stress, worry, and anxiety. Stay in this present moment. Feel yourself rooted and grounded to your mat. Let go of everything with each exhale. Relax your fingers and your arms. Relax your legs and your toes. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Feel every bit of tension leaving your body. Stay with your breath, feeling your breath nourishing your body. Every organ, every muscle, every cell. Rest in the stillness. Rest in the silence. Rest within yourself. Rest within this moment. All is well. Remaining as you are, we'll end today's session with a relaxing, guided, progressive body scan. We'll begin by taking in 3 deep, cleansing breaths. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Keep your attention on your breath. Follow the rhythm of your breath as it enters in and out of your nose. As I name parts of your body, softly tighten that body part, becoming aware of any pockets of tension or tightness. Then breathe into the area, dissolving and releasing all discomfort. Noticing any physical sensations you may feel. Allowing yourself to become completely relaxed and heavy. As we move together through each body part, become aware of any tension you might be holding in your forehead. Tighten, breathe, Release and relax. Become aware of your eyes. Tighten. Breathe. Release. And relax. Become aware of your jaw. Tighten. Breathe. Release. And relax. Your neck and shoulders. Tighten. Breathe. Release. And relax. Stomach. Tighten. Breathe. Release. Relax. Your arms and fingers. Tighten. Breathe. Release. Relax. Your legs and toes. Tighten. Breathe. Release. Relax. And finally, your back. Tighten. Breathe. Release. And relax. Feel the tension dissipate and stress leaving every inch of your body. Let all your muscles soften and sink into your mat. Take a few more moments here to just bask in your internal and external stillness. Now, remaining in corpse pose on your mat, please come back into your body, becoming aware of your surroundings. Bring your hands into prayer position at your heart as we close today's session. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today, for remaining mindfully present, for staying grounded and focused on yourself and your body. Your body thanks you also. As we end today's practice, I offer you one last thing, a mantra for peace, harmony, and happiness. Unto heaven, may there be peace. Peace in the skies and peace on earth. May all the waters and plants know peace. May the great trees of the forest and the universe know peace. May there be peace, happiness, and wholeness for all. Om Shanti 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 Om. hope today's session has brought you peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for allowing me to practice with you today. Namaste.